Hey guys, Airsoft Al here, and while you're only seeing these guns, I thought I'd want to bring it to your attention because of the Beretta review that's about to come up. When I bought this one, it was very similar. I had already stated that it was very similar to the KWC Taurus. Now this one's from a friend, Aaron, if you're watching this. Once again, thank you for that. And I just want to point out a few features that are definitely there. I don't know if it's just me or it might be other people who have spotted this, but it's one of those things, you know? Just going to grab something here. That'll do. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to open these two guns up and look at the similarities and see if this is just a carbon copy of this, because this came out before this one. And I just want to see if it's, you know, I just kind of want to dig into it, you know? Okay, so, yeah, let's go ahead and look at the similarities, starting off with the guns themselves. The guns themselves are obviously the carbon copy Springer 19 Berettas, while the Taurus is much more, well, both being 1-to-1 scale, both being very different in many ways. Both do not do the open breech feature, but both have the same type of safety, the simple switch here. Both magazines are in the same place. Both have rubberized grips, which are very nice. And let's just go ahead and take out the magazines here, shall we? Let's just go ahead and take out the mags and compare them. The two differences between the two magazines is this one, while taking a more 9mm style mag, has this little switch right here where it's basically slide down, you slide over to the left. And it's definitely a high quality magazine, I'm not going to lie there, I love it. I like the way it's designed. This one is basically a bigger version of the 1911 magazine. Let me just go ahead and grab that real quick so I can show you what I mean. Once again, another KWC product, the 1911 Springer. Just go ahead and drop that down there. Is this right here. This is basically that, but a little extra notches, a little bit fatter, so it accommodates it, and does hold the same amount of BBs as the 1911 mag. It's just basically a larger version of the Springer 1911 magazine. Set that off to the side. Now, both magazines are cross-compatible between the two guns. This will work in the Beretta, and same, as well as this working in the Taurus. Once again, same, just much slimmer grip. So both magazines are cross-compatible, and they work out pretty well, I'm not going to lie. It actually feeds pretty well on both sides, but that's not why you're here, although it is a good idea to note that these are cross-compatible between the Taurus Springer and the Umarex USA Beretta Springer. So let's keep going. Now, let's go ahead and take off the grips here, because I really want to go ahead and preview the internals before I even consider opening her up fully. Let's see here. I know that Phillips head features here somewhere. Ah, there it is. Well, damn. If I can actually get the Phillips head out. There it is. Just go ahead and take off the grips here. Because, like I said, I just want to see this thing fully, and I know you guys want to as well, so just go ahead and take off the grips, which those screws are a bit rusty, so I might have to actually do a actual fixing work on them. There we go. Yep, that's what I thought. Just these are just rubberized grips that I kind of like. The weight is right there, actually. It's like legitimately right there. So yeah, that's how it is. So that's good meat of the gun there. Do this. Now, something you should note: the safeties on this is non-functioning. The ambidextrous safeties, non-functional, which kind of upsets me a bit, but it's just one of those things. You know, you can't have everything you want in a Springer gun because, you know, it'd raise the price. Which both guns themselves are about $20. They're in the $20 range. And it's definitely a nice piece, you know? It's definitely one of those things. There we go, another thing. And once again, another grip and the actual thing right there. Now this definitely gives insight into how the gun actually works. I definitely like that the way it does. Basically, all it is just this little button on this little piece of brass here. Let's go ahead and set that off to the side. And this will definitely show you how it works. When I pull back on this, which this is definitely interesting. It does not have a slide lock, so I'm just going to try something here. Yeah, that's definitely interesting. So, yeah, once that's done, once this little lever right here is flipped over, it's basically just like a Springer 1911, or any 1911 really. Pull back a bit on the slide. You want to go ahead and pull back a bit. Just go ahead and, there we go. Little tap. And pull that out. And there's a lot of brass in here, actually. There's, I just want to point this out. This little piece here is brass. This is brass. There's a good bit of brass. There's not a lot of brass in here, but what is brass is seen as brass. That's actually nice. Now, this is actually interesting. Besides it coming with this little bandolier sling mount, this is basically your thing. And the way it works is pretty interesting because if you can actually look inside there, see this little piece right here. Push back on that. That actually locks with the actual trigger itself, which is very nice. I actually do kind of like that feature. But yeah, that's the Taurus. And here is the Taurus internals. This is it right here. This is basically all you get. It's definitely a nice little pistol, I'm not going to lie. I love the simplicity of the KWC design. But I'm definitely going to have to get up in here and definitely clean it out a little bit more because I'm seeing a lot of things that could definitely mess with the actual internals themselves. I just got to get up in this thing and clean it. That's all I got to do, really. So yeah, we'll just sit that over here to the side, along with the other parts, and we'll talk about the cross compatibility. So yeah, we'll just sit you here with your parts. Now let's go ahead and get on to this one, the Beretta. Let's see, because I think what they did is they definitely improved on it a little bit. What I'm guessing is Umarex USA saw the KWC Beretta, which I'm just going to go ahead and call them Berettas, because that's what a Taurus is, basically. It's basically a Beretta knockoff. That's all I'm saying. And what I'm guessing they did is they saw the KWC and said, hey, we can improve upon this in a Beretta Springer. And I'm guessing that's what they did, because if I open this up and there's not a weight in there, it definitely says that they improved on the internals. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get the weight. Nope, there's a weight in there. Well, shit. Beretta, your Umarex, you're definitely kind of lacking there, but I definitely do like that they still have the same internal features showing off the actual internals. I like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and go with the other side here. Let's go ahead and open her up. There we go. Let's just open her up. Now, like I said, basically these are just standard Beretta style side paneling. So if you want to, like for anything really, you can basically take off these side panels here and actually add on wood panels if you want, make it look a little nice. Because this is a really nice cosplay gun. It's definitely affordable for what you want. And there goes the piece of metal. That's interesting. Piece of metal is gone. There we go. That piece of metal is there and there. And there goes the side panelings. And oh my god, same freaking thing. Brass. Brass. This is... once again, brass piece. On there to keep the gun, to keep that safety going. Now, what I like about this is it's definitely interesting how it all works. And yeah, it's basically the same thing here. All the same features. It's just the same gun, just with a new thing. Now, what's definitely going to make it different is if this, I wonder, is this going to be, yeah, this is actually easy to pull out. Well, that's interesting. Well, this is actually pretty cool. In the review, I actually said this one has a removable rod, a guide rod here, and you know it can be attached and everything, so that way you can actually, you know, if you wanted to, put in a metal guide rod that will. This is just an interesting little piece. I love that right there. That's actually a nice little feature, and it definitely makes it easier for disassembly. I definitely like that idea of an easier disassembly process to actually make it a little bit more, just make it very nice for actually, and that's how it all works. I believe it works the same way in the KWC. Let's go ahead and let's go look at the KWC internals. Let's go ahead and look at that and see. Yeah, same way, just a little bit more wider of a gap. But yeah, definitely some grime features, I'll admit, but it doesn't have a removable rod. That's definitely different. But yeah, looking at the internals themselves, there's definitely a slight difference in them, besides the obviously removable guide rod. Let's just go ahead and take a look at each one of them. Obviously, the barrels are definitely different. The actual piston assembly is still the same, obviously, because of the Springer. But what's different is the much more protruding on the actual guide. This one is not protruding as much as this one, but definitely different. What I definitely want to point out is that each one, while the same, definitely adds something new to the actual overall features on the gun itself. And I'm just going to put the guide rod back in just so I don't lose it. There we go. There we go. Put that back in there. And that's definitely easy reassembly. But yeah, overall, I definitely like it because it's definitely really, really nice. Now, let's go ahead and take these two slides and set them off to the side. And I want to talk about the internals on the guns themselves. Just go ahead and put the slide here. Put the slide here with the Taurus parts. Let's just go ahead and talk about this here, because the internals here are definitely different. Now, this one is okay. This one cannot be this. Okay, let's talk about the internals. So this one right here, the actual wings here, they're the same, but much more protruding, I would say. Now this right here, this is the KWC, this is the Beretta. What I can see what Beretta has done, or what Umarex has done, I want to keep saying Beretta, but it's not the real Beretta gun. It's basically Umarex's gun. But the safety's still the same. This right here, though, the Beretta, it has these little wings here, which means, you know, it'll hold the slide on a little better. It'll keep it more guided on. Well, this one does not. It just has the simple little hook-looking things, this little canvases. This is made of brass. I wonder if this is made of brass. Yeah, that's made of brass also. That has brass. This has brass. Everything else about it definitely says the same on both guns. The well is the same. Everything about it is the same. To a degree, I would say. Now let's go ahead and look at the meat of the gun that keeps it all together. It's the locking lugs. Now this one is the Beretta gun. This one is KWC. Now I just want to hold these here because there is a massive difference between both of them. Shit, if I can actually hold it together. What I want to show is this. This one is much more thin and not as protruding. This one, however, is much more wide and a lot more protruding, as well as the lug itself being a good bit wide. And I think it might have been broken. Yeah, it's a little bit broken. It's just a little bit broken, so that explains a lot. But yeah, this might be the reason why the slide was locking back a good bit. This could be a good indication why it was locking back so much. So yeah, that could be a good indication there, especially with it interfering. So I might have to sand this down a good bit because the diameter of both, yeah, there's a good diameter difference between both of them since one is a bit wider than the other. So I guess we'll just put these guns back together and see if the slides are compatible to show you that. Okay? I'll be right back, guys. Okay, now that I've reassembled the guns, we're going to see if these two parts here are cross-compatible. So, here we go. We're going to actually take this. Now, a little fun fact. While I was reassembling the guns, I saw a lot of paint inside this, which a lot of you might not think that this would actually hinder the performance of the pistol. Actually, it does, because this little slot right here, this little slit, is basically being guided on this right here, which means if there's any grime or anything on it, then it's going to hinder the performance of that really good. So, we're going to first take the Beretta slide, and we're going to put it on the KWC. There we go, just going to line her up real nice, and we're just going to slide her on in. And we're going to put this nut in there. Now, what's actually funny is that if you actually do this, you'll actually get, if it was a real gun, you get a double safety almost, like a weird double safety system, which is, it's interesting to point out, actually, because you have a slide safety here, and then you have an ambidextrous grip safety on this thing, which is definitely interesting. So, we're just going to go ahead and do that. And, is it going to fire? It fires! Here we go. And it fires! Third time, it fires! Okay, we're going to set it off to the side. And now we're going to see if the KWC works with the Beretta hand. Now for this one, you're going to have to actually try and angle it so that way it lines up perfectly with this thing. That's definitely interesting. Go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Ah, damn it. Ah, now we got it. Now we got it. Now we got it. Okay, so let me do that. There we go. We're just gonna hold that back a bit. Slide this one in, and then ah, 3 times. So both are cross-compatible. So what are my thoughts on this? Well, while yes, the Beretta here, the Beretta, is definitely cross-compatible with the Taurus, I'm not going to say it's a carbon copy of the Taurus, of the KWC's M9. What I am going to say, however, is Beretta, this is just pure speculation unless one of you works at Umarex and you have insight on this. What I think they did was they took the KWC design and said, you know what, we can improve upon this. And they did. Immensely they have improved upon this. By adding some design features, adding a few more features to it, what I actually like about it, they have improved the Taurus design. The Taurus design has been improved immensely through the Beretta design, the cross-compatibility of the magazines. That's definitely a nice little feature. I just wish they stuck with this style of mag, because it's much more easier to actually load than anything else over this one right here, which is that stupid little lock it down, that's it. One little tap of this, and boom, you got BBs fucking everywhere. But this right here, you actually can lock it down, and then after it's fully loaded, it actually unlocks itself, and then you can just do that. But either way, I'm not judging. I'm not trying to nitpick the magazines themselves. I'm not trying to nitpick the guns themselves. What I am going to say, respectively, is that the guns themselves are amazing. They work good. I'm going to have to clean the hell out of this one. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have to just freaking clean this bad boy. Oh, shit. That's why the screws are in too deep. That's another thing I gotta learn, is not to make the screws too deep, or else it'll scrape on the mag. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I don't want that to happen. There we go. Okay, so outside of that, what about this one? Did this one have any scrapes? Not that I can see. No, that's actually a good sign. But either way, I definitely like the guns. I love what they've done with them. I just really, really wish they would incorporate some kind of open breech. I get it, you know, it was a KWC, it was basically improving upon a KWC design. But either way, I still wish that they could have done something to improve upon the KWC, which they have. But, again, this is just me being wishful thinking. But either way, final thoughts. Is this a carbon copy of a KWC? No. Is it improving upon the KWC? Yes. So, for $20 on either model, I would highly recommend going for either one, really, because the cross-compatibility, it's definitely good to have that cross-compatibility in case you want that. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I've been Airsoft Al, and as always, I will see you in the next comparison guide. Until next time, guys. If you liked that video, if you liked this video, consider donating to help fund the next comparison video. Or, if you have a gun that you wish for me to check out and say, hey, this might be a copy of this, say so in the comments down below. Donation link for money is in the comment section down below as well. And remember to stay safe, remember to be safe, remember to always enforce gun safety in Airsoft. While yes, these are Airsoft guns and they fire pellets, treat them like real firearms. It is our sport. And it is up to us to keep our sport responsible and make the world view us as responsible players. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airsoft Al, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!